Is Manchester City losing its edge? A closer look at their recent performance. Manchester City's recent 5-2 victory over Crystal Palace felt oddly reminiscent of past encounters. Remember August 2022? Palace took a surprising 2-0 lead at the Etihad, only for City to rally back and win 4-2, with Erling Haaland netting a hat-trick in a stunning second-half display. Fast forward to Saturday, and while City again found themselves down, this time the comeback began before the halftime whistle. The star of the show wasn't Haaland, but the ever-magnetic Kevin De Bruyne, who reminded fans of his brilliance just as news of his impending departure looms. So, does this mean City is back in form? They are currently unbeaten in 5 matches, with 3 wins under their belt. The January signings, especially Omar Marmush, have brought some much-needed stability. They've climbed back into the top 5 and are on track to qualify for the Champions League next season, despite the ongoing Premier League charges they face, which they firmly deny. This is a crucial step for the club as they aim to rebuild and attract new talent while also considering future profitability and sustainability rules. City still possesses the ability to dazzle with their attacking football. When they're in the right mood, they can move the ball with a speed and purpose that few teams can match. Their roster is still filled with incredibly talented players. However, the once invincible aura that surrounded them seems to have faded. A significant factor in this shift is self-belief, as highlighted by their lackluster 0-0 draw against Manchester United last week. While United has shown signs of improvement, they remain vulnerable, as evidenced by Newcastle's 4-1 thrashing of them. Yet, City opted for caution, settling for a point instead of risking defeat against a team they once would have confidently challenged. This cautious approach would have been unthinkable for a Pep Guardiola-led team in the past. Historically, City has struggled against Palace, with the latter scoring 2 goals in 5 of their last 6 meetings. However, ease with which Oliver Glasner's team sliced through City's defense on Saturday was alarming. Both the opening goal and Ebereki Eze's disallowed effort stemmed from simple balls played behind the defensive line. No defense should be so easily breached. A high defensive line, like City's, always carries risks, but a well-coordinated press should mitigate those vulnerabilities. Unfortunately, City's pressing game is not functioning as it should, preventing them from achieving the level of control Guardiola desires. This raises the question of why these issues persist, and whether they can be resolved in the upcoming season. The return of Rodri will undoubtedly be a game-changer, although it's unrealistic to expect him to immediately regain his Ballon d'Or winning form. Injuries, particularly among defenders, have compounded the problem. If fatigue is a factor, the looming Club World Cup this summer could exacerbate these concerns. Perhaps the most significant misstep City has made since Guardiola's arrival is allowing the squad to age together, even opting to re-sign Ilkay Gundogan. Players like Kyle Walker, Bernardo Silva, Mateo Kovacic, and De Bruyne seem to be showing signs of wear. While a team can manage 1 or 2 seasoned veterans, having 4 or 5 is excessive, especially given the intensity of City's playing style. New signings could certainly address this issue. The core of the squad, including Ederson, Josko Gvardiol, Rodri, Haaland, Marmush, and Phil Foden, remains strong. Oscar Bob is on the mend from injury, and there's potential in young talents like Rico Lewis, Nico O'Reilly, and James McAtee. With 3 or more strategic summer signings, City could once again boast a formidable squad. However, there's also the question of Guardiola himself. He has shown remarkable adaptability throughout his career, so why shouldn't he be able to rebuild? Yet, after 17 years in management, does he still possess the energy and drive required? Few can maintain peak performance for over a decade. While there's no reason to assume Guardiola's visible frustration earlier this season indicates a decline, it's also true that even the greatest eventually face a downturn. Given Guardiola's success at City, it's premature to assume they won't reclaim their dominance, as they did after Liverpool's title win in 2019-20. However, regaining that elusive aura is no easy feat this season suggests that while City may find success again, they risk becoming just another elite team rather than the unstoppable force they once were.